Hi everyone, this is Lindsay, Imaginary Rebel Art Studio, and today we are doing an Italy inspired painting, so it might take a little bit longer. I'm still gonna try for an hour, but this is kind of a nice cliff with some houses and everything like that. And so this was a 16 by 20 that I painted earlier to kind of show what it's gonna look like. But I'm gonna do today's video with 11 by 14. So I'm just gonna go down a little bit here so you can kind of see that better. So yeah, we're gonna do a little Italy today. You know, last week it was Paris, today is Italy. So usually, as usual, you need like a 1/4 inch brush, or this is an inch brush, flat brush. I have a medium round brush and then a liner brush. Like normal, like usual. Those are usually the same brushes I try to use for all the lives that I do to make it easier. Let's see here. And so I always have some water. I have paper plate to mix my colors. I have apron on, I think that's it. So let's get started. So I'm gonna try to get rid of the shadow here. So let me turn off this other light. Let's see, is that better? Yeah, okay. Okay, happy Sunday, everyone. Hopefully this is in the public group, so let me see if I can share it to other groups here. I don't know how to do that on here. Let's see. Today's colors, there's kind of a lot of colors for today, so I'm not really going to go over all of them. It's really just white, black, green, pink, blue, you know, those pretty colors. So let me just find this video here and turn that off here. And 1 second, I'm just gonna share it. Okay, so let's get started. So again, we're doing an Italy inspired painting. All right, I'm gonna sit down and we'll get started. Okay. Here we go. So again, this is 11 by 14 canvas. Again, the big one that I did earlier. This one was 16 by 20. So that's kind of what we're doing today. All right, so let me just click on here and maybe hope to get comments. I don't know, it's a hit or miss. Okay, so first we're gonna start with the sky. We're gonna paint that first and then kind of go down from there. And so the sky is like a light blue color. I did it a little bit differently in the other one, so I'm gonna try to do a little bit differently in this one. So it's just like a light blue, sky blue color. Maybe not with that one. Let's see. We'll use this one and a different one. So I hope everyone's having a good day so far, a good weekend. It's like, can't believe it's August already. Holy cow. But it's here. All right, so this is a blue raspberry. I like it a lot, but it's very translucent. So I need a color to kind of go underneath it. Let's see, I also need white. Some white. You're gonna need some black. And these are just, you can do any brand. It doesn't have to be a specific one. Any brand is fine. And then there is a metallic color in the sky. I'm using turquoise shimmer. Kind of just gives it a little bit extra flare in the sky. We're gonna do that. And then there is this Paradise Green, which you can't see because I've got paint on it, but this one's open, I think. So this is for the sky and the ocean. And let's see, that should be good for right now. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna get my brush wet. I'm just gonna leave it as it is. Get a paper towel. That's always to have that with ya. So I'm going to just start putting these blue colors up here. So basically, I'm just gonna kind of combine these two together with some white. So all three colors up here in the sky. Last time I did it kind of dark, so I'm definitely gonna add a lot more white this time because it is a nice sunny day, no clouds. Well, look, we're gonna put a little bit of clouds in there, but I just made it very dark in my previous one, so. But anyway, has everyone been watching the Olympics? I know that's going on right now. I don't know when it's over, but it's been pretty interesting. All right, so I'm just gonna paint this area. Again, this combination of colors. You know, the shimmer gives off that really dark color, but it gives off a really pretty shimmer color, I guess, in the sky. But again, I want it to be very light, so I'm putting in white here. And some of that could be like a cloud too. So there's the sky, and I did leave some white in there. You can also take some white on your brush and kind of just do these little, you know, squiggles, kind of, you want to add some clouds, you know, but just however many you like. Okay, I'm gonna rinse out my brush, and I'm actually gonna go to my middle round brush. And so this right here is an island that's like far away. So we're gonna make this a darker blue color. And that's when I'm gonna mix those two, the turquoise and the shimmer together. And I'm just gonna color in this mountain. And then there's another little hump here. And actually that's like a little bit too dark. I need to put a little bit of white in it, but not as dark. You don't want it as light as the sky. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of white in it, just to lighten it up a little bit. There we go. Gonna rinse out my brush. So I need actually a darker blue color. I'm gonna get my 1-inch flat brush. I'm rinsing it off, getting my paper towel, getting all the water out. No water is needed. But I am going to do my horizon line, and so what I'm going to do with this is I'm just getting paint at the tip of my brush here, and I'm just going across this line right here. You can do this with a round brush too. You don't have to use it with the flat brush. I'm just used to the flat brush like that. So there's that part. And so I'm going to kind of mix this dark color, maybe with some of these other blues, but definitely this teal color, because that's what's gonna be kind of in this area. So I'm just gonna start with that kind of dark color, maybe with that blue raspberry. It's a pretty color. We're just gonna kind of paint the ocean here. So it's gonna be dark kind of in the back here because it's farther away. And then as we get closer, it'll get a little bit lighter. These are like rocks right here, so I should have outlined them in a Sharpie, and then I could have just gone over them kind of. But we're just gonna kind of do that. I put a little bit of that same turquoise color in there. And again, we're just kind of going around these rocks. So now that we're coming into this section, we're gonna add that teal color. It's called Paradise Green, but any type of green is fine, like a teal green kind of color. And we're just gonna mix it right here. Really mix that with that blue color. Makes it pretty. And I'm gonna kind of go over to the cliffs here, or the shore. And then it's gonna be lighter down here than back there, so I'm not gonna use that dark blue anymore. I'm gonna go to the blue raspberry with some white, some of that turquoise in there. And I'm gonna get this, it might be too, but that's a little too light. Okay, let's go back here, there we go. And then again, there's like the shore over here. And then when it kind of comes over here, we're gonna do it a little bit lighter. So I'm gonna put some white with some blue down here, kind of in this area. And there we go. There's the ocean. Hope everyone's having a good day today. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the, this is like a cliff area, and then this part of this cliff over here. And so that is gonna be, it's called Sugared Peach. It's like a sandy color. And then we're also gonna use a coral color, which I don't have the exact one, so I'm using this dark coral, which I'm gonna lighten up with white, or the sugar peach color. I just need a little bit of it. Don't need a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna take my big brush, since I'm doing a larger area, with this sugared peach, and I'm just gonna paint this cliff area this sugared peach color. But this is supposed to be, I think, Italy. And that's on my bucket list of places to go to one day. We're also gonna paint these little, I don't even know, rocks that are in the ocean, the same color. This sugar peach color. And then I'm just gonna paint this whole section over here. And then there's also this kind of section down here. Pretty much this whole area down here is part of the cliff or part of like the, I don't know, cliff scenery. But I'm just gonna paint this whole section the sugared peach color. So right now it's kind of looking like a beach because of the ocean, and then there's this sandy color. Okay, there's that. I'm gonna rinse out my brush. Okay. I'm going to wipe that off. And then I'm gonna go to my middle round brush and I'm gonna make that coral color. This is too dark, so I'm just gonna use sugared peach here and just mix it so it's just like a slight coral color. And I'm just gonna do little dashes on the cliff up here, kind of right there. You know, just trying like, kind of like rocks, I guess. But we're just little just dashes there. And then they also are gonna go on the rocks in the water a little bit. And not up here, because this is like basically looking over the ocean. So technically these would be like on the inside of it, so it's not gonna go on this section of it. I'm gonna rinse out my brush, and then I'm just gonna go to white and just do some white streaks. It can just be completely random. It doesn't have to be certain kind of where placement is, doesn't matter. And then we're gonna do some white on these guys. And then I am gonna put white little streaks kind of up here. You're not really gonna see too much of them because this is all gonna be covered with plants and flowers, but it's just to give a little highlight there. I'm also gonna get my small liner brush or round brush and just put a little line right here under this island. And I'm gonna take some of that dark blue kind of and just kind of rub it in, just so it looks kind of like waves or like a shore kind of over on that side. So, all right, next we're gonna take some black and create the trees. So black is going to be, I'm just going to make like this off the side. Like that. And then kind of another one right here. And then there's like one going in a different direction, but kind of like that. There's one right here. And they don't have to be like skinny lines or fat lines. It's just whatever, they're just lines at this point. And then so there's kind of where the trees are gonna be. And then we're gonna just do little kind of black lines over here. So there's kind of a, not like a fully, we're just gonna outline this kind of, but not with like it could be jagged because it's just it's nature. Nature is not perfect. So we're just kind of putting little black lines in here. And then little one kind of down here. There's one over here. And again, I'm just doing like random lines, really. That's what they are. They're random black lines. And then over here, I'm just gonna put one kind of right here. And then, so it's like again, just kind of doing some random black lines. So I'm gonna rinse out my brush and I'm gonna go to my white. And I'm still using my small brush. So I'm gonna make little boats here. And how you do that really, you just make a little triangle, like real small. And then you can put a little space under that and you just kind of do a little kind of boat. So there's my boat, and then I'm just gonna put little like waves around it. So there's that. Maybe I can lower it so you can see better. Then put like another one right here. So again, just like a triangle. And then a little bit below it, like a half moon shape kind of thing. And then just do little squigglies. Okay, and then I'm just gonna add a little bit of black, just a tiny bit. So right now it looks like a desert wasteland, but I'm going to lift it up so you can see hopefully all of it there. So now that that's happened, let me just see if I can get it closer. but not out of the frame. So there's kind of the basics of it. Now I'm gonna go into doing the foliage, the houses, and then the pink flowers. So the foliage or the trees have a really dark green. So I'm going to use this Hauser dark green. It's actually one of my favorites that I have found that I like. It's actually really pretty green. But really any green is fine. If you don't have a dark green like this, you can always have any regular green and just mix it with a tiny bit of black and you'll get this dark green color. So you can just do however you want to do that. So you basically need a dark green and a light green. There's also sap green, I guess, is dark, but it's okay. So my light green is gonna be this Irish moss. Irish moss. Wow, I can't even say the word. Irish moss is this color that I'm gonna use. So I'm just pouring out a little bit like that. Okay, so we're gonna go to our medium round brush. And it's really easy making these flowers and making all of this, okay? So we're just gonna get the dark color on my brush, and then we're just gonna do a bunch of little dots like this. Little, I think it's smushes. Smush, 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 smush. I don't know, little dashes. No, they're not dashes. Little dots, I guess, however you want to say it. That's all you have to do. You take your brush and you're just dabbing, basically. Dab, 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 dab. Dab, 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 dab. And you still want to see like the sky in it, but also want to have it like pretty thick, kind of. So there's my first tree. Then I'm gonna go right here and just do it again, same exact thing. Dab, 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 dab. And this is just an easy way of making trees, really. You dab, 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 dab. And you really have to make the sound effects, right? But this one's gonna go a little bit off this way. They're just different shaped trees, kind of. And then you're gonna put some down here, and so dab, 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 dab. You're just dabbing. You're dabbing in the corners here with this dark green color. And you're just dabbing, dabbing. Dab, 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 dab. So just doing that, and then we're gonna put some over here, a little tiny bit, and then we're back to a tree, so we're just gonna do it over here, tap, 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 dab, dab, dab. And then we do a little bit more down here, definitely in the corner. Dab, dab, dab. Let me know in the comments if you have done anything kind of fun this weekend, or have any fun summer plans. I know it's almost over because it's August now, which is crazy to me, but let me know. All right, over here, I'm just gonna, again, we're at another tree. So it's, again, dab, 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 dab. So that's kind of this foreground. Now I'm gonna do it up here. So again, we're just gonna dab, 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 dab. And just kind of do it kind of closer together, kind of go off the little line there, like the cliff area. And then again, we're just dabbing the whole time here. That's all we're doing is dabs. I am leaving a little bit of white showing, but for the most part it's going to be covered by a lighter green color, so you don't have to do that totally. Just makes it kind of look like grass. It's on this hill. So again, large part of this is doing this like dabbing kind of thing. Okay, now that we're done with that color, we're done dabbing that. Now we're going to go to the light color, which is the Irish Moss, now that I can say it. And so it's pretty much the same thing. We dabbed all of that on, and I'm gonna do the same thing with the light green. It's just not gonna be, I think, as much in some areas. So I'm staying with my round brush, my medium round brush, and I'm going back over to this tree, and I'm just gonna go over it with these dabs here. And I almost feel like that's not maybe the right color. I need like a lighter one. This will do. Maybe I'll just add a little bit of white to it. Lighten it up just a tad bit. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So we're not trying to hide all the things that we just did, the dabbing of underneath. We're not trying to hide that. We're just putting some, you know, lighter leaves on top here. And really, again, just dabbing the leaves on there. But you should still see the underneath part. That's kind of just what I'm trying to get at, is don't cover it all. And then I'm going to do the same thing kind of down here on top of this part, not the whole thing, just a little bit up here. I'm going to do a little bit down here, not too much because you're really not going to see it because there's going to be flowers right there. And then again, I'm just going to dab, 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 dab. This part can go pretty quick because you're dabbing. That's it. And this is obviously a very abstract painting, and so it doesn't have to be perfect at all. And then so I'm gonna again put some down here. Oops, too light. And again, we're just dabbing, 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 dabbing. So there's that part. Now I'm gonna do the hill. Same kind of thing, but I'm gonna go up a little bit higher into the sky and do the same thing. But I'm not going to try, I'm gonna try to have this side of the mountain this dark color. So I'm trying to just stay over here, stay over in different areas to do this grassy color. But I definitely want the green, the dark green underneath to really show too. So I'm just gonna kind of do a little bit over into the sky, kind of random. And then let's see here. Again, we're almost done with this part. Just again, dabbing all this in here. Like right now, my brush has too much paint on it because it's starting to just really blend with that other color. So I'm just gonna rinse it out real quick because we want it to see the difference between that dark color and that light color of the green. So I'm just gonna go like that. So there is that part of it. I'm gonna rinse out my brush. I am going to, what I kind of forgot was, I guess I could use that same brush. I'm gonna use that dark green because I forgot to do a couple little dots down here and like down here, like right here. Forgot to do it like in the mountain. Just kind of little areas where they have this tree or grass or whatever. So again, I'm just kind of dotting it here. Like that. Okay, so that part is done. And then now we're gonna use a little bit of white. We're gonna go back to that white. I'm gonna use the same brush and I'm just gonna put little dabs of white in the trees up here. Not too much, you don't need too much, you just need a little bit. And it's just gonna be in these like trees right here, kind of. And that's where that goes. So now we're gonna go back. I guess we could use the same brush. I'm gonna use a smaller brush. We're gonna go the smaller brush. Actually I have to wait for this to dry. So I'm actually gonna use my heat tool to dry that real quick. Okay, sorry about that. Just have to have like this area really dry, and then right here so I can do the houses. So mostly is dry. Okay, So now I'm gonna go to my small brush, and then I'm gonna go to my white, and all I'm gonna do is do little boxes. So there'll be one here. So I'm just making white boxes. Like that. So let me like go closer here. And then, let's see if you can see it, there you go. So, and then I'm gonna do like maybe a smaller one right here. And then let's see, maybe kind of a bigger one. You can make them any size you want. This isn't like super, again, detail. This is a very abstract painting. Do like one here. And because we can't have even numbers in paintings, we'll just do another one right here. Does anyone know why we try not to do even numbers in art? Put in a comment below if you know that answer. But anyway, that's probably good. I'm gonna go back to that corally, that pink corally color. God, I can't talk today. I'm just gonna mix a little bit because that kind of dried up a little bit there. So again, I'm mixing the sugar peach with that pinky coral color. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna do a line just right above the box that I made. That's like their roof. Then I'm gonna rinse out my brush. I'm gonna actually put some more white down. Some of these are kind of see-through. Let's put a little bit more white down here. Okay, so I'm going to take the same brush. I rinsed it out though, because I'm going to go to my black. And you could put more on here. I'm just going to stick with these right now. I'm just going to kind of do a line on one side. It doesn't have to be both sides, or kind of very abstract kind of lines here. Don't have to be super black there. It can be a little blurred. And so I'm just also gonna just do little dots. So the dots are gonna basically represent windows. So just putting a couple of black dots in random areas, you know. You know, something like that. You can do it however you want, but that's how you kind of do the windows. Okay. Now we're gonna just finish it off with doing the flowers. But for right now, I need to go back to my medium brush, my medium round brush. I'm gonna go to the black, and I need to, let me move this back up a little bit so you can see the whole painting. I'm gonna put some black down here, just like I did with those other colors. I'm just dabbing it, but it's just gonna make it a little bit darker down here. And I'm gonna just do it on that side and this other side. So that's it for that. Okay, now I get to go to the pink. So there's 2 pinks for the flowers. I have dragon fruit and I have electric pink. So I'm just gonna get those on my plate here. You don't need very much of each one because we're just doing this bottom section. But I'm just gonna get this out of here. Maybe not. There it goes. Sorry, that took forever to get that out of there. Okay, so there are my 2 pink colors I'm gonna use for the flowers. So I'm gonna go with the dark one first. I'm still using my medium round brush. And all I'm doing is gonna kind of do the same thing I did with the leaves, except I'm just gonna go up here and do it. And I'm gonna kind of make some trees, so I'm just kind of gonna stay right here a bit, right like that, and then kind of down here. I'm gonna kind of go on top of the green that I did up there, and then we're gonna do again a bunch of dabs here. And then kind of over right like that. And then kind of over here. It's pretty much all along this ledge are these flowers. Again, I'm kind of putting them down here. Just dabbing, dab, 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 dab. Again, you don't want it to be like completely solid. You want to be able to still see the background, but there's the flowers, first coat. And then now we're gonna go to the electric pink color and do the same, just kind of dotting it, not everywhere. We're just kind of make it a little bit lighter. Just kind of adds a little bit extra on there. Everything else had a light and a dark. That's what we're doing with the flowers, is light and the dark, or dark and the light, however you want to look at it. Again, not completely everywhere because you can still see that other color, which is good. So there's the flowers. And then the last part of this is I'm going to take my small round brush and I'm going to get it wet. This is the only time where I would like you to use water for something. So I'm going to put it in my black and I want to make this super watery, like very watery. So I keep putting it in my water. I'm trying to make it very watery. And so what I'm trying to do is just make it so I can get it all the way on my brush. And so that's the easiest way to make these stems. You just kind of do, we're just gonna make this like a tree, so. Just almost like a, not like watercolor, but basically you're just creating the branches for some of these here. Some of these flowers. And just moves a little bit easier. And then over here, I'll do like little ones here. I think that's it. Okay, you guys, well, that is the Italy landscape, I guess, dreamscape, let's say. That is for today's tutorial, and I finished it in an hour, a little under an hour. It's exciting. So thanks again for watching today, and I hope everyone has a great weekend, a great Sunday, great week ahead, and I'll see you next week for the next tutorial. Bye.